This is your friend in the neighborhood, Showa 60. I'm here from, well, yeah. I just got home from Dragon Con today, and I have to say, it was crowded as all hell. It was crowded, and at the same time, it was nice. I mean, it was good to see a lot of people in cosplay yet again, and seeing that it is a convention with the sole purpose of encompassing all forms of sci-fi and entertainment, past and present. I was expected to see a lot of things, ranging from Mork and Mindy to Great American Superheroes, Superman, Superboy, Ninja Turtles, and so forth. And I have to say, it was nice. I will have pictures posted practically either on my Facebook or on my Tumblr, or probably on this video right now. So yeah, a lot of things went down in Dragon Con. Well, specifically on this very day. On this very Saturday, most of all. A lot of these pictures I took myself, obviously. And it was great to see a lot of things from shows I didn't know and shows that I was most familiar with. Of course, there were some humorous pics that I took, but others are pretty much your standard. I mean, it was really crowded being at Dragon Con, especially considering how hot and muggy it was on the Saturday that I attended. Where do I even begin? It was hard to get in or out. The food court was much of a pain as all hell, much like last year. And if you plan on going in there without a badge just to visit and just explore how awesome it is, then you're pretty much SOL for the most part, because the security is like extremely tight, mainly because of like football season on the rise, and a lot of things can go on, tons of confusion. I mean, it's bad enough with a lot of the people who come and spend time at the hotels just to experience football rather than running around in costumes, or at least appreciate this kind of thing. But that aside, I mean, it was a nice experience. I got to see some cool friends, and I got to see some people in some awesome cosplay. And yet, again, I mostly seem to come across a lot of interesting cosplays, of course. And judging from the pictures, it's basically a no-brainer. But, yeah. I mean, you got some from from famous shows like The Walking Dead, Dragon Ball, Darkstalkers, Super Sentai, and Power Rangers. You had a few crossovers like Captain America and Sailor Moon and so forth. Yeah, a lot of people stretching out what most people are well associated with. I mean, in such a short amount of time, I was like extremely exhausted from walking around the whole con site. I mean, I didn't even bother to go to any of the panels and whatnot. I mean, not saying that the panels suck or anything. I mean, it's nice to see a lot of celebrities and stuff. I know about the history of science fiction, theater, and all that. I really had fun there. I mean, I just went to take pictures, meet people. It was a nice experience. And some of you who are probably looking at these pictures right now are like, this guy's only taking pictures of females here, man. What's going on here? What's his whole motive and stuff? And I can assure you it is nothing like what some of you would intend, but I mean, we got Dante and Bayonetta together, which is kind of awesome. We have a female Koopa, or Bowser for American folk. I mean, Dragon Con was the kind of convention I would expect it to be. And also, it really rained on the Saturday that I went, and pretty much infiltrated the con just to take pictures and stuff. And I managed to get some rainwater on my half-assed cosplay that I had of Captain Marvelous from Gokaiger, of course, which I'll be wearing again at AWA on one of the days of the weekend itself. I mean, it is really nice. And I had a blast, even if it was for one day. Chances are I might go again or might not. Now, with that said, I got some other things that I really want to discuss. for Saturday, August 30th, 2014, or on the day of whenever this is posted on YouTube, which is hopefully a lot sooner. But anyway, so now first off, let's just talk about Dragon Con as a whole. I think the 25th anniversary was like 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago. So this would mark Dragon Con's 27th, I think. I'm not sure. If you're a hardcore Dragon Con fan or con goer, please correct me if I'm all manners are wrong, but try to be civil about it. Also, with that said, there are some other things I would like to discuss concerning the advent of the Nintendo 3DS's new experience. Or rather, a remodified version of the two Nintendo 3DS's that people are most common with. Now, if you excuse me for a sec. Apparently, Nintendo, courtesy of Nintendo Direct Japan, is talking about modified versions of your favorite Nintendo 3DS. What I have here is my 3DS LL or XL, since I bought this from the US. And as you can see from the green light, I've gotten dozens of street passes from Dragon Con just recently. And I'm going to be checking up on them. Now, according to Polygon.com, with their article, which was released the day before this recording, it said that Nintendo Direct Japan has revealed their new modified versions of the Nintendo 3DS. And it is called the new Nintendo 3DS and the 3DS LL, or XL for us non-Japanese folk. It's said to have like a lot of cool new features, like for one, the design and motif. Like the internal design of the 3DS's respectively will contain like the trigger buttons, which will look just like the ones on the Japanese Super Famicom system. It'll have a right analog stick, which kind of looks like a small nub. I don't know, maybe to combat the PlayStation Vita, which according to some people has failed, but we're going to move on. Now, the two new modified 3DS's will also boast a much more powerful CPU and a built-in NFC interface, which will allow you to use your Amiibo dolls, which, unlike in the original 3DS and 3DS LLs, you have to update the sucker and just put software on it, or hook it up to your 3DS or whatnot. Also, on the back of the 3DS's, it'll contain a micro SD port. And I could care less about that. As long as I can use external memory, I'm pretty much okay with that. It's also, from what I'm seeing from the site, it also says that the back of these 3DS's will contain some new forms of customization in terms of the design of these new handhelds. There'll be tons of them that are waiting to be released alongside, so you won't have to worry about spending hundreds upon hundreds of dollars or tens of thousands of yen trying to get that new fickled SKU of your favorite Nintendo 3DS, whether it be like, say, Legend of Zelda decal, Dairanto Smash Brothers decal, or whatnot. Now, from what I can gather, in Japan it's going to have a October 11th, 2014 release. And much like their older counterparts, it is region locked, unfortunately, so those of you looking for a much more universal experience, just buying a Japanese 3DS, you're pretty much SOL, and you're better off buying Japanese versions of your favorite games. No word yet on backwards compatibility or not. It hasn't been stated in any of the articles, let alone this one. So there is that. As of this recording, Dragon Con is still going on at this moment, and it will end right after right on the evening of Labor Day of this year. So, with that said, if you're anywhere in if you're anywhere within the con site, have fun, be safe, enjoy any of the celebrities there. You might make some new friends. You might even get lucky for some of you out there who are that desperate. But moving on. So there's a lot to go around. So yeah, there's that for today's recording. So comment, rate, subscribe. You know the whole deal when it comes to things like this. Oh, and right after this, I will be releasing my Let's Play of Rockman X4, or Mega Man X4 for us American folk. And I'll also be doing a review of it later on, right after that. So with that said, this is Showa60 saying, Jane, see you later.